welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Casual Curiosity. If you're new here, hi. I am glad you decided to check out my channel. To give a little brief introduction, I cover a multitude of topics on this channel, and I have done 3 series so far, which is one about dreams, one about the afterlife, and then one about change. And then this video will be the 4th episode of my 4th series about the Mandela Effect. And for new viewers, I'm happy you're back. I apologize for my inconsistent posting. I know I say this like every video. I've just been really busy. And on a good note, I'm going to be trying to put out more content that you can enjoy. I will assure you of that. I've just been really busy in school and things of that nature. But anyway, we are gonna dive right in. This, again, as I said, will be our 4th episode of the 4th series about the Mandela Effect. If you're a new viewer, I suggest you maybe check out my other series if you want to, but you don't have to. You could start with this episode or this series, whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever works for you. Anyway, my tone might be up, down, because there's people in my house that are sleeping. So I might fluctuate between talking as I am now and maybe lowering my tone if I feel like I'm getting too loud. But yeah, the lighting, how do we feel? I know it's a little bit dimmer than how I usually go. You can probably see the lighting in my glasses coming from the computer. But anyway, if you're a new viewer, I keep my script on the side. So if you see me going, it's not to look at a message or something. I'm looking at my little research on the side. So anyway, let's lock in. This video will be about Mandela effects that are most common. I guess people that are like, what? Like that make people stop and like realize, I guess, and think about it. 1 second. I will be using my iPad to show the examples on the screen so I can talk and show it. But anyway, we're gonna do the definition. If you're a new viewer, I usually give definition and then I delve into other things within the video. So anyway, we're going to be talking about perceptual errors. Perceptual errors are things that occur when the brain interprets information based on the expectation and pattern recognition rather than the exact detail. Let's give an example. If I were to take this light, it's a unicorn, we can all see that, right? It's saying that my brain would interpret this as, okay, yeah, this is a giraffe. And I remember it as a giraffe because I see the ears and I see this and I see the hooves. And I'd be like, yeah, that's a giraffe. And my brain would note that down as it's a giraffe. But I'm not noticing exact details of like how it's a horn, how it has wings or not wings, a tail, and the way that's structured as a unicorn. I guess, to give a reason. My brain will remember this as a giraffe even though it's a unicorn. That's kind of the point I was getting at. It's a perceptual error. As the definition is, your brain will interpret information as an expectation, not exactly what it is in reality. Again, most common Mandela effects occur with logos, especially food ones. Most common are like, I had a picture of it saved. Un momento, I'll be quick. I guess to list off a few, there's Coca-Cola, Kit Kat, common Mandela effects logos. There's Kit Kat, I know, there's Coca-Cola, there's Cheez-Its, there's Fruit Loops, there's mainly foods as I mentioned, but there's also like in brand names, movie quotes, and spellings of even certain words. You're like, is it spelled this way? Is it spelled that way? Chances are for words, it's usually either or. I'm not gonna lie. Like gray and gray. And stuff like that. That's my best, I guess, and like read and read. Same spelling, different meaning, yeah. But that's not exactly Mandela Effect. That's just, okay, that's grammar. Maybe that'll be something I talk about. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best person to speak on that. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Things like logos, brand names, movie quotes, and spellings are especially vulnerable to perceptual error because we don't analyze them like closely. We're not like staring hard at it. We're like, yeah. So, because our brains kind of rely more on familiarity than like detail and remembering exact details. key characteristics of the common examples, which I will show you, are the brain corrects small little things to feel more logical, to make sense of something more, I guess, properly. And then small details often go unnoticed. As I said, we don't really analyze logos all that much. We kind of just be like, these are the colors I remember, this is what it is, this is what it has to be. And then repetition often spreads incorrect versions. So if you're seeing the repeated logo of something, even though it's incorrect, your brain is like, no, this is correct. And with the repetition, it kind of reinforces that in your brain. And then the incorrect version of something often looks or sounds better, so you commit that to memory as opposed to like the original version, or what it actually is. I'm going to show you the examples, and you'll understand what I mean. One that I was surprised to find out, okay, let me see if it'll show sufficiently, because it will like to give me some problems. Okay, this has a list, which I'll be going through. Okay, we have, I know it's backwards, but Looney Tunes with LOO and TOO, or LOOTUNES. I wish it would say which is the real one. Oh no, yes, it does say which one's the real one. Thank you to the website sportslogos.net. But the one with TUUN instead of TOON is the correct one. So this one would be the correct logo. It's a simple, as I said, simple differences. And as I mentioned, for food ones, for Fruit Loops, was it UIT or was it OOT? Most people remember it as this. Some people, however, remember it as this. In actuality, it's this one. Another example, this is the one that threw me off the most. Did the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cornucopia, which is that brown thing? It did not, which actually surprised me a lot. And I was really kind of thrown off by that. Another one, for, like I mentioned, food. Double stuffed Oreos. Did it have the 2 F's or did it have 1 F? It's a really, really small, minute detail that people don't really think about. But, yeah, those examples kind of show how easily perception and memory can work together to to create convincing false memories for people. You remember things incorrectly, basically. And, I mean, at this point, after all we've gone through for all 4 episodes now, the Mandela Effect seemed explainable, right? But I don't think everyone really agrees. In the next video, which will be our little closer, as you all know, we will be talking about the different theories behind the Mandela Effect, and then what can we take away from this whole series as just all of the information. I'll summarize it, I'll go over it, and yeah. Anyway, have a good day, have a good night, I'll see you guys later, stay curious.